Got questions about the Brazos, no more unknowns. Ever wonder where that water comes from or where it goes? We're unpacking the Brazos River.
Look, we all need to get paid. We all want good health insurance. And honestly, sometimes reading corporate mission statements feels like eating cardboard. If you're currently quiet quitting, aggressively scrolling job boards, or you're just hungry for a gig that actually leaves the planet a little better, stick around. And since no one but my supervisor wants to sit there and listen to me gush about my position, we brought in the right people to give you the 411 on all the things you want to know about working at the Brazos River Authority. Because we have more office locations than you might realize and an even wider range of expertise needed to develop, manage, and protect the water resources of the Brazos River Basin. I'm Charlie Shugart, and this is Unpacking the Brazos River, which brings me to my guests today. Joining me on the mic, we have three newbies to this podcast. Krista Wilde, BRA's Chief Human Resources Officer, Jennifer Kidd, Human Resources Generalist, and Chantell George, Human Resources Benefits Administrator. Welcome to the show, you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, Charlie.
So glad you're here. Well, since y'all are new to the podcast, let's go around the table, give everyone kind of a little history about your time here with the BRA.
Okay, well, I'll go first. I'm Crystal Wilde, and in February, I celebrated my 18th anniversary here at the organization.
Woohoo!
I've always told people I'm an accidental HR. I did not know this would be what I was going to be when I grew up, but I got recruited a long time ago, started as HR assistant and worked my way up and just fell in love with our mission and the people here and decided this is the career for me.
Yeah, awesome.
All right. Well, I am the new kid on the block. I'm Jennifer Kidd. I am the HR generalist. I have been with the BRA a little over a year. On what was the 20th was my 1-year anniversary.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've had close to 30 years in HR, but not all here.
Yeah.
It's sad I didn't get here earlier.
Well, we're glad you're here now.
I'm Chantell George. I will have been with BRA. September will be 2 years. As the other ladies, I have years of HR experience, but I really enjoy working for the BRA.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys sitting down for this so we can kind of help give everyone the information that they want to need, that they would like to know about working for the Brazos River Authority. For anyone who's tuning in who's never really heard of the BRA, how do you describe our organization to people when you're out there talking to them about, what it's like to work here?
Of course, you start with our mission as to manage,
That's a good
develop,
place to
and
start.
protect, start with our mission and what our organization does and explain to them that we provide water to the citizens of Texas within our basin. And we do that by several different means. We contract, people just buy directly from us. As a part of our mission, we also are required to protect this water in this basin. So we do that we've got involvement in the Clean Rivers program, and we have our aquatic scientists that are going out throughout taking water samples and testing things. And then we do that on the water and wastewater side as well by providing treated water to either go to our customers or to go back into the basin.
Yeah, much broader than I feel like people think of when they hear our name.
Right. Maybe people know us and they think, oh, well, you just have this lake.
Right.
You have all the water in Waco, right?
In
No,
the Brazos
we
River.
don't have any water in Waco.
I do a lot of sharing and educating to let them know we have dams, we have reservoirs, we have wastewater treatment. And they're really surprised at how broad the Brazos River Authority is. Whenever I say Brazos River Authority, they say, oh, you supply the water out of the Brazos River. No, we do a lot more than that. So just kind of educate them on everything that we do.
When I go out to recruiting events, you're at these colleges talking to students and they have all these different majors. So I kind of try to, hey, what's your major? What are you doing? Because what a lot of people don't realize is that we are across the basin. So we're all across Texas and we have different types of employment. So you've got professional careers, we've got engineers, we've got aquatic scientists, we've got accountants, IT professionals, and social media. So we've got so many different jobs just in our central office. But we also have careers that aren't the traditional path. So we've got maintenance technicians and wastewater and water operators and people that are out at our lakes and at our plants that maybe they're going for a technical career or something like that. So we just have people of all walks of life here at the organization. I think that's what makes us a great place to work is because you get exposed to so many different people.
Right.
And we pride ourselves in having the best in our fields in every position that we hire.
Yeah.
So it's so great to come to work every day and know that you're working with professionals that know what they're doing, and this may sound silly, but are a joy to be around.
Yeah.
Because when you have people that are passionate about their employment and their jobs and our mission, then that just gets everybody fired up.
Yeah, no, I don't think that sounds silly at all.
No.
What is it that drew you personally to the BRA itself?
So what drew me was the HR manager at the time called me and asked me to come and apply and work for her. So that's what got me here. And then, after working for a little while, I thought, oh, well, maybe I'd like to be like a regional business person. I was getting my business degree. I thought, oh, that'd be a neat job. But then once you get into HR and you start helping employees manage things that's not their expertise because they have a day job and that's not what they do. That's what we're here for, is to help them manage that so they don't have to worry about those type of things. And so once you get in the door and you start doing that, it's really gratifying. That's what keeps me around, is making sure that I can help our employees.
Yeah, I love that.
What got me here was Crystal Wilde. She actually reached out to me on in, and I honestly thought it was spam. Because I've been here,
That's
what,
funny.
4 years, and I had never heard of the Brazos River Authority. But then when I went online, I'm like, oh, it's a real position. And so, of course, I applied, and here I am today. But what has kept me here are my team members and, of course, my boss, Crystal Wilde, who is super, super supportive. I never feel like I am a bother to her, which is very important to me as a person, to not feel like I can't get the answers that I need. Another thing that has kept me here are all of the employees here at central office. When I go out to the dams, when I go to the wastewater treatments, I always feel welcomed. And then, of course, the management team. We have different managers on the different departments and everything, but they are all so supportive of me. And then I see the support that they give to their staff. And so that's what's kept me. And then, of course, our awesome GM. So all of that, of course, we are in HR. So, of course, the benefits, which I'm sure you're going to get to later on.
yeah.
There is a level of stress that all jobs have,
Of
but
course.
I don't have excess stress because I'm able to get the support that I need for my job. And then I'm able to support employees that are out in the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know when people hear people bragging on the people who work at an organization and saying they're super friendly and super nice, you're like, well, of course you're going to say that. But I see new people after new people when they come in and they're like, oh, you guys meant that.
Yes, it's really true.
And that's what I tell Crystal all the time. I have not dreaded coming here one day. Crystal's supportive. All my teammates are supportive. Even though I have came in with a lot of experience, it's all new experience because things are done a little different at every organization. So every day I'm like, wow, I get to go to work instead of have to go to work.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk a little bit more about the different types of roles that exist and kind of the different backgrounds required for the positions all across the basin.
Here in the central office, we've got a whole team of IT professionals that are anywhere from, network and systems admins to programmers to IT techs, cybersecurity specialists. In each department, you've got so much variety of different walks of life. In HR, we have benefits experts, a payroll specialist. So we've got those different type of careers with their own specialties within that. And in F&A, you've got accountants, you've got accounts payable. There's just so many vast opportunities. One of the jobs that I think is cool, and a lot of people don't realize that we have that, is SCADA. If anybody knows what SCADA is, this is like an automated systems thing. They use them at Coca-Cola in the plants. They use them at the diaper plants for automation, but we use them at our water and wastewater treatment plants. We use them at lift stations to measure things and call out if there's a problem. And a lot of people don't realize that something they could do with that degree is come to work for a river authority. Engineering, different types of engineers. Most of them, I think, are civil engineers, but we also have a chemical engineer that works here.
We have lake rangers,
We have lake rangers,
maintenance.
actual certified police officers,
Yes. Wastewater.
water and
treatment.
wastewater.
And we have maintenance techs. I mean, you're more entry level. That is a way to work your way up into the company. So.
For sure.
Admins and all of those
Oh, of course. We
locations.
have to have administrative
Gotta have
support
your admin.
for every place. They need someone to run the office.
But there are just so many positions. You just have to go to what, Brazos.org
You gotta
and
go to
see what we
Brazos.org and
have
see all the
open.
See what
things
our
that we
opportunities
do.
are.
Yes.
You kind of mentioned this about there being different locations throughout the Brazos River Basin. Obviously, we're here in Waco at the central office, but what are some of the other different locations that we have?
So our furthest north location is going to be Possum Kingdom Lake. So that's kind of west of Fort Worth, north of Stephenville. And we have about, what do we have, 35 employees there.
35.
We actually have 2 different crews at that location, and we have the same at our Lake Granbury. We've got the ones that mainly maintain the parks and the things around the lake. And then we actually have a dedicated maintenance crew for the dam structure. So we call those our Reservoir Systems Maintenance Unit, or RSMU, because we like to use acronyms here. And they're dedicated to maintaining that structure that is nearing 100 years old. So they've got concrete specialists, welders, sandblasters.
They've got divers too, right?
Absolutely, because they have to go in and check the structure down under the water.
It's probably not something people think of
Right.
immediately.
I know.
Yeah, if you're going to inspect the dam, you need to be able to.
You got to get in there and look at it. Yeah, exactly. So we have the same thing at our Lake Granbury location. The 3 reservoirs that we own and operate are the 2 on the main stem, Possum Kingdom and Lake Granbury. And then we have Lake Limestone, which is on the Navasota River. And it is a more rural location. They don't have an RSMU crew there because they just got new gates put in. So that's exciting for that location.
Yes.
But we do have a really great maintenance crew and lake staff there that take care of the customers and all the parks and the dam structure. And then we move south and, you're at the central office here in Waco where all of your administrative support, centralized accounting, HR, IT, and public information, what I call the corporate office, right? And then we've got water and wastewater treatment plants that we operate that don't belong to us. We operate them for other cities. We have Temple Belton. We've got Dozier Farm, which is actually in Temple. We also have water treatment at East Williamson County, which does belong to us. So that's not a contracted facility. That's one that we own and operate. And that is for drinking water for the city of Taylor and surrounding areas, purchase water from us from there. I'm trying to move down the basin. We do wastewater for Hutto.
Clute and Sugarland.
Oh yes, Sugarland, and then
Way
yes,
south.
at the end of the world,
Clute at the end.
and all the 18 years that I've worked here, and I've got to remedy this, guys. I've never been to the Clute facility.
We went to
We-
the Clute.
I
yeah.
know. Look at this. I will say one thing that I really like about our organization, and I don't know if it would change my mind if this changes later because of population growth, but most of our locations are in not large metroplex areas. Some of them are very rural. Some of them are just mid-sized cities. And so it's not hard to get to any of our locations.
Right.
The drives are usually pretty good. And as a small town girl, I kind of like that feel.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's right.
Well, I mean, a big green flag for any company is retention. Do people tend to stay at the BRA for a long time?
So right now, our retention rate is running around between 90 and 92%.
What's that mean?
It just means that we are retaining 90 to 92% of our staff over a year's time frame when you look at 1 year. And so that is incredible. Most organizations strive to be over 80%. So for us to be at 90, 92 is really great. And I think people come to work here and then they realize how, one, great the people are, how good the benefits are, how the retirement options that we provide to our employees, and really just say, this can be a career. I can stay here. And so we've got people that have been here 35 years.
Which is crazy.
That are still young.
That's amazing.
They're not even retirement age. So, I've seen it in the public. They're like, "Oh yeah, I've been trying to get a job at the BRA forever,
That
but
is so
nobody
true.
leaves."
That is so
Nobody
true.
leaves. People lock in and they stick with it.
That's right. Like I said earlier, I'm just sad I didn't get here sooner.
Yeah. What do you think fosters that loyalty?
I'm going to say leadership.
Absolutely.
Leadership. We have exceptional leadership. The people at the top really care. They care about us. They care about our success as well as the BRA success. So, I think that's where it comes from.
Yeah. Something's
You
doing the
want
trick.
to be here.
That is so true. It's definitely leadership. I would definitely say
Yes.
that.
Well, we talked about a lot of the different positions across the basin. Are most of the jobs with the BRA, you need to come in with a high level degree, or are there opportunities to kind of learn and grow throughout the organization?
I would say opportunities to learn and grow. A lot of those come with, you need to earn this by a certain date, but there's a lot of growth potential within the organization.
A thing that has become really popular over the past couple years has been remote work. Does the BRA have any of that throughout the basin?
Absolutely. Yes, there's hybrid, schedules. Each department pretty much figures out how they make that work.
I mean, there are certain locations that it doesn't lend to. And, I've had people be like, oh, well, you get to work from home. I'm like, well, yeah, I can type a paper or draft a document from my keyboard when you can go rebuild a pump from your house instead of
Exactly. I'm going to be impressed.
instead of at the plant, then yeah, you can work from home.
Right.
So,
Right. Of course. Yeah.
So
Not every
unfortunately,
position.
not everybody gets the benefit of that, but it is nice to have that capability for sure. COVID really just changed the whole mindset of the world really on how we can be successful with still having that availability. I still like the in-person meetings. I like to see everybody's friendly faces, and I really love those just conversations that just flow. You're just thinking and people come up with new ideas, and I don't see that you get that as much from a
Yeah.
Teams call. So
Right.
anyway.
Even though the locations may not offer remote, I have noticed that they offer flexible scheduling. Like we
Yes.
have
Yes.
some that work Monday through Thursday with Fridays off. It's just according to the need of that location, just working something out with the supervisor. And from my seat looking out, I really see that the supervisors and management out there are very, very supportive.
Absolutely.
Even though it's not remote, everybody is not working 8 to 5. So there is flexibility, everyone.
At every location. Thank
In
you,
every
Chantell.
location.
Sometimes people get restless and there's a fear of getting pigeonholed into one role. Is there room to manifest a move to a different office or a role, or do you tend to be more kind of locked in where you get hired at?
Well, Jennifer can answer that.
Good.
You don't get pigeonholed into, and there's always opportunities. I mean, myself as a generalist, that was my concern. I didn't want to go be stuck in one role. That's why I like being a generalist, because I get to do a little bit of everything. But within the organization, there are opportunities. We have internal job postings, and, the more you know, better off you are.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Do y'all have any maybe good examples of people who came in at one role and moved to something else and is kind of thriving there?
How about our general manager?
Absolutely, our general manager.
Tell everybody about that.
I believe he started as an aquatic scientist fairly quickly out of college. I don't know. He may have worked somewhere else before that, but I mean, he's been in every department, I think. I don't know. He did government and legislative. He managed a basin. Just incredible opportunity and job growth.
He's the perfect example.
He is the perfect example. He really is. Yeah, because he's gone from different departments. Like he's been started at the bottom and worked his way up. Myself, because I've moved up an organization, but it's all been within the same department. So I'm not as good of an example. But we have people that have started as a wastewater operator and worked their way up. And now they're, regional managers of multiple water and wastewater operations. So there's just a lot of examples of that opportunity and the growth in the organization.
Let's talk about the benefits a little bit. Give us some highlight reels. What do people get excited about?
I can use myself as an example. When I was offered this position, my previous employer, one of the things that they said is, we don't want you to go. So whatever they offer you, we will match it. Okay. So I was like, oh, yay. But one of the things that they did not have was a retirement. And I could just kind of see that there was more of a team environment, even during my interview. Where I worked was a great place to work, but it was kind of like every department was their own department. I didn't, wasn't as much of a team that we have at the BRA. It was like that department did what they did and they did that. So it wasn't, it was a fun environment because of my department, but all of us weren't in sync with everyone. The retirement that we offer, because it's a 200% match, we had the 401. It's a 50% match of what you put in. That's what it means. What you put in up to 6%. Oh my gosh, the benefits as far as the medical. Now, one thing that I really want to share, because this is how great our leadership team and everyone that we work with. Last year with the medical, there was a buzz that the medical's going to be astronomical. And we were really, really concerned about that because we didn't want to put that cost over to the employees. Like I said, we have a team. So our insurer, our broker that we use, fostered a great deal for us with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas. And the increase did not, I'm just going to sum it up. The increase didn't go roll over to the employees. The BRA absorbed that. With that being said, you go a further step because we have a board of directors. So the thing about it is anything that we do for the most part has to be approved through the board of directors. So now I have to shout out to the board of directors because they're the ones that have to approve this.
Right.
Mr. Collinsworth says, hey, we want to absorb it, but it has to be approved to say, do we want to approve that in their budget?
Right.
It's just all around good. I mean, I'm trying to think of everything. Oh, and then, like I said, we have the health fairs. We have the EAP, as far as anyone needing some assistance if they're going through. We have a new program that I'm going to be promoting, Husk, which is like a nutrition program if you're trying to lose weight. So all of this is through our Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas. So there are so many benefits that we have. So you may think, oh, I only make this amount of money. But then if you add in the benefits that we offer, the match that we're going to do on the retirement, the match that we're going to do on your 401 through Empower, like all of these different programs that are free to you. I mean, it's just the compensation is just awesome. And then I want to go on the other side again, like we've all been saying, it's not a health benefit, but I believe employees benefit from the leadership that we have here. It's like they say a lot of time people don't leave because of money, they leave because of leadership.
Yeah.
So I wanted to piggyback on what
Okay.
all that you were talking about.
Yes, add
And
some
I used
more.
to always tell people all the time, we are a governmental entity. So we are stewards of the funds that we operate with.
Yes.
And that sometimes means that our salaries might not be as competitive as the private industries.
Right.
We make up for that with our benefits because they are incredible. And I tell people all the time, when you come to work here, you might not be rich right now, but when you get to that retirement date and you receive your 200% match from TCDRS,
And interest.
the account earns 7% interest every year until you get to that point. It is truly an incredible benefit. And there's many people that are getting more money in their retirement checks than they did when they were working here. I think that's great. People go, oh, well, maybe you need to be paying them more. Well, they're making a pretty competitive salary
Right.
already.
Yes.
It's just that growth, that compounding interest gets you over time, and receiving that incredible match from our organization, it's amazing.
Chantell, you mentioned the health fairs. Could you explain what it is you're talking about when you said you go to different locations to do health fairs?
One of the things that the BRA is very big on is promoting health in addition to the awesome benefits that we do. So what I try to do is come up with a different theme every single year. This year was the greatest health fair on earth, and it really was. It
And
was
you had
like
an
a
amazing outfit.
the circus theme and everything. I try to focus on one benefit that we offer. In addition to, we also do home health kits. So what that means is when I came here a couple of years ago, they used to do the blood draws, which was very beneficial because they were able to catch some issues that employees may have. And so what I did was try to find an avenue to bring that back. And so we were able to partner with Blue Cross Blue Shield to have Catapult to come. And so again, even though we have all of these small locations, I was able to get a home kit. And so what I do is they all go to the locations and we all do them there. They mail them in and then they're able to do a 101 with the nurse practitioners. So in addition to that, I want to focus on one of the benefits. So this year we had TCDRS to come in and speak on the benefits.
And TCDRS is
Our retirement that we have.
it's the Texas
County and district
District
retirement system.
retirement system. Ugh.
Remember, we said we have lots of acronyms.
We need to publish that acronym
Yes.
list.
And that was really important to me because we have a lot of employees that are getting ready to retire. And so they were calling me about their benefits. But then I thought, I'm like, hey, we have some new employees. Then we have some people who are may have been here 10, 15 years. So I wanted to bring them out to kind of bring that benefit to let them know where you are in your retirement, how you can retire, how important this benefit is if you're 20 years old, how this can really be a retirement for you.
And I will tell you guys that bringing those blood draws back has been so beneficial for our organization because, I mean, I'm pretty good about it, but I know that, a lot of people don't like to go to the doctor regularly. They don't like to go to their primary care physician. But if you bring it to them, they'll do it.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not going to go make a special trip to give blood, but they'll come and do it if you bring it to them. And so that has been just incredible to get that back.
Have y'all ever seen a boomerang employee, somebody who left to go do something and they were like, nope, please take me back?
Please take me back. Yes. Absolutely.
Quite
We've had
often.
several. Yes.
Quite often.
We have had a lot of people that have left, went to try something new, maybe 6 months later, like, hey, can I have my job back? Some of them may be gone for a few years and before an opportunity comes up that they can come back to work for
Right.
us. But yeah, we've had several people like that.
So talk a little bit about the day to day. Do people mainly work within their own departments, or is it something where they work with multiple departments throughout the organization?
I know, especially with like all the different projects that we have going on, you've got program managers, project coordinators, engineers. You might have an environmental person, you may have a safety person in on the project, and maybe it's all central office people, maybe it's people from different locations. If it's out in the field, they're going to have a project manager from there and then a project engineer from here. And so there's a lot of cross-functional teams in the organization.
Yeah, that's good. It
Yeah.
allows you to work with multiple people and
Multiple
different levels of
people,
expertise.
Different levels
and-
of, yes,
Yeah.
all across the organization.
So if anyone is currently sold on working here where is it they can go to kind of stalk our open roles?
You can go to www.brazos.org. You will go to our employment opportunities tab, and then it's either careers or employment opportunities. I have that backwards, but you can find a link and it will bring you to our current job postings. On the right-hand side, you'll see a place for you to sign up for job alerts. So if there's not something that you're interested or qualified to do at the time, you can sign up for those job alerts. And each time we post a position, you'll receive an email that says, hey, VRA has a new job opening. You can also go look at our Facebook page, at our LinkedIn page. We have a fantastic public information department that helps us advertise those things.
Shout out to my team.
They do such a great job of highlighting a position for us each week and really help to attract people to look at our website and our jobs.
What's something that you wish more people knew about working at the BRA that, doesn't always come through in a job posting?
It is an equal opportunity organization. And I say that because when I was interviewed, I was told that there were a lot of people in the community that did not even apply here at the BRA because they weren't sure if they would be accepted. And so I just wanted to share that may have been the perception at one time. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak to that. You can only talk to people and what their personal experience has been. But because of my personal experience and me being here at this point, if that was the perception, then that is no longer correct at this point. So anyone that is interested and you see a job application, regardless, if you feel you qualify for that position, I encourage you to apply.
Yeah. Since you guys have been here, has there been a specific moment that really stopped you in your tracks and made you go, wow, this is exactly why I do this job. This is why I'm here. This is why this matters.
One example was when I had my health fair, when Mr. Collinsworth came, and there was a vendor there that I wanted him to meet.
And for those who aren't familiar, Mr. Collinsworth is our GM CEO.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a vendor there that I wanted him to meet because she had handled one of our sessions for us. And he walked up to her table and was just talking to her. He didn't introduce himself. He didn't say anything about who he was. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad the two of you together, because I introduced, and she was like, you were just like so humble here and you weren't going to even tell me who you were. And he was like, no, I'm just trying to participate. But I mean, just this, again, like I said, just the support that I received, because he is the general manager, he is responsible for this whole organization, and I know he has super busy schedule.
Yeah.
But for him to take the time and come and participate and be there, to just be a part and speaking with all of the vendors, getting just to know what was going on in that time. And then another time is just whenever I am preparing for the health fairs or preparing for my open enrollment, these ladies here are always there to support me. My buddy is not here, Tammy, my roommate. She's my number one, but just the support. And then I'm going to go back to it again is that when I first came to this job, and Jennifer can probably attest to this, we have HR experience, but there are some gaps in knowledge sometimes coming into this position. And this one, even though I had the experience, the way that things are done, the different contracts, it's a learning curve. And there was a period of time was just like, I don't know if I can really do this. Like, this is a lot to learn. And I've always prided myself to, okay, I'm gonna jump in there. Yes, a new job. Give me 6 months. I'm gonna be an expert at it. That's just, my pride that I have. But it took me a little longer than 6 months. And I was kind of feeling some kind of way about that. The example is Crystal can be in the middle of a meeting. She can be, away from the office. Whenever I call or whenever I go to her office, she immediately stops what she's doing. And I never see this. What do you want? Because I get that face. I get that face sometimes. But when I walk in, and she's like, yeah, come in, just the welcoming. So it's just kind of like, even though I was feeling a certain kind of way, it was just she was there to support me. Okay, let's sit down. Let's go through this and see, to make sure that I had what I need. And I'm sure Jennifer
Oh,
can
yes,
attest
I can
to
attest
the
that
thing.
100% because, there are certain processes here that I have never done before.
Yeah.
And so Crystal has always just stopped. She's never made me feel like, why did I hire you?
Because you
She's
feel like that
no, you
sometimes as
do
a new
because
employee.
I'm harder on myself than anybody ever can be. So I want to do everything perfect because I want to put the best product out. And I can go to anybody in this building. If they know what I'm talking about, they'll help me.
Yeah,
You know.
absolutely.
All right, it's my turn to answer this
Yes.
question. When I came to work here, I started as HR assistant and I did FMLA and I did retirement and I did workers' comp and just a bunch of different things. And I got to know employees, not just with, work, but on a personal level. And there were so many instances where I really helped an employee through a process. And that has always given me a lot of pride to be able to assist somebody through anything that they've never experienced before. That's one of the major things. My favorite job in HR is to recruit people. So that's my very favorite thing. I love recruiting. I've recruited both of these two ladies. It's just one of my favorite things to share what we do and how great this organization is and to bring somebody in. And of course, these two were way qualified and had tons of experience. But there are times when you recruit somebody who's just eager to learn and you get them in a position and then you see their career flourish after that. Those things are so rewarding to me. And as Chantell has said it, but we also have amazing support. So if there's a new initiative or something that you think is going to make things more efficient or work easier, we all jump on board and try to make it happen. Change can be scary sometimes,
Right.
but here we have the support to help us manage those changes.
Well, one thing that I think is really cool that we have that I haven't heard y'all mention yet is something called Fit Time. Could you talk about
Yes.
that?
That is a time that the company gives us to get out there and get healthy, move, do some exercise, and approved by a manager, take an hour, 30 minutes, whatever, get out, move, get healthy.
It's great. And, when we first implemented that program, the idea was people would go, we want people to be healthy. We want them to have healthy lifestyles, but we don't want them to sacrifice time with their families to do that.
Right.
Right.
So
Yeah.
instead of them, clocking out at 5 and going to the gym for an hour, and then they maybe they have an hour commute home.
Right.
It's 7 or 8 when they get home because they're trying to be healthy. That's one of the major reasons they implemented that is so people could take a little bit of their time from their workday and do that workout and then be home with their families.
Yeah. I love that. I think that's a really cool thing.
Yeah, it also helps us be the best version of ourselves. If you want a place with great leadership and a fun environment, this is it.
Yeah. No, I love it. And I will put the link directly to the how to sign up for job alerts and where the job postings are in the description. So you guys don't have to hunt for it at home. So yeah, big thanks to Crystal, Jennifer, and Chantell for coming in and sharing all of these details, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. I
Yes.
enjoyed it.
So if
Oh, I
you
do want to add one thing.
Yes, please.
Maybe if you are hired, you will have the best HR support team ever.
Yes. Here. Yes.
You don't have to put that in, but I just wanted to put that.
Y'all have helped me, so I can attest to this. All right. Well, if you have still got questions after listening to this episode, don't hesitate to reach out. Email us at information@brazos.org and we will help you out. And if there's a specific topic or burning question that you want us to cover on future episodes, let us know that too. As always, thanks for listening and joining us on Unpacking the Brazos River.